been now a month that we've been together every morning. Um, this morning I'm late. And yeah, 1 month of celebration, bringing to you this baby that took me. Basically, it's kind of someone asked me, is it a tribute to your life? It's not a tribute to my life. It's more about all the things that really changed my life as a woman, as a business owner, as a mom, as a everything that I package in one thing for you to consume in a way that it will move the needles for your professional aspect of life, your personal aspect of life, because as now we've been discussing, entrepreneurship is personal growth on steroid, right? So that baby here has a bunch of my stories, but it has a bunch of all the things I had to become and be and do and feel and act on, so that you can keep them, use them for yourself. And there are some very key exercises that I give you in the book, so that helps you. Like, literally, it's not something you're going to do in one shot. Like, I want you to read the book once, and then after that, and some of you told me that you already do that, you go back to it, and then you go to some pieces of it, and then you dig deep, you dig that part of you. And basically, what I want to share with you a little bit where I am at right now, because number one, you can join me today. I have to drop off at 7 a.m. Eastern. So we have 29 minutes. So come on. The link is in the description. I'm going to put it in the comment too. If you're on Instagram, please join me on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. But basically, where I am at now is that I was, reflecting. I was having a conversation with a woman that I admire so much, who is one of my mentor and coach, yesterday, and she said, "Angelique, you put all your life in that 80-page book for people to take it and change their life and business." And this is, something that most people pay you for when they work with you, and you put it in a book that is going to be $25. And that's a big deal, she said. And I never really saw it that way until she told me that. But that's what it is. It is the concentrate of everything that really changed, number one, my business, but number two, access to my dreams. And if I tell you that I live my life right now in a flow state and calm state, ease state, joy state, more than less, like if you do a percentage of your how you feel every day, when I started that work. And that's why I want this book to be the starter for you, so that we dig deeper and we deepen the work together in in the beautiful experience that I'm going to be offering to all of you in the next few days and weeks. Is now I used to be maybe 14 hours a day in worry and shame and guilt. And now, I was reflecting on this last night. I was like, where am I at? And even on days and weeks and season of life where not everything is like light, I feel joy. And I'm like, how can I do that? When before I would have been devastated, I would have been on, and I'm like, wow. So even, when you start doing the work that I kind of put the seeds of the work in that book, this is going to change you at the body level, the spiritual level, the energy level, everything. And then, of course, the ripple effect of this is in business, big time. big time. So I want to give you some updates. So if you are in my neighborhood, I mean, like if you live in New Brunswick, Canada, there is a launch signing event coming up July 4th in Oromocto. It's by Fredericton. You can make it a day trip. You can make it a weekend in Fredericton. There are many things going on. So it's going to be at the Oromocto Galleria. And this, so it's a, I will be posting about it, like it's already on Facebook as an event. But my intention is to do a tour with this book, right? So that I can give that book and invite people to deepen the work and join the experience that I'm about to talk to you about in a few days. So that tour is right now local. It's going to be online, but it's also going to be wherever I'm going to meet people who wants to hear about the book and how they can deepen the work. So we're starting here. I have some plans. So my calendar is booked for another event that I will talk to you about later in the Moncton area. Moncton is another city in New Brunswick, Canada. I'm working on some events in St. John, another city in Canada. If at any time you hear that video and you're like, yeah, it would be fun to do an event in my location, just reach out because I'm open. I'm open. We can make it work. And I'm like, let's be crazy, you know? So I'm also reaching out to people in the bigger cities of Canada. So if you have, wherever you are, let me know if you want to do a fun event together. And it could be online as well. Totally. So I'm getting a lot of people who ask me to come and talk to their workshop or to speak and stuff like that about the book when they organize their own event. And I love this because it's going to be an amazing way to be in touch with your audiences and talk about the book and invite them to deepen that work that really makes everything else work. This is the only work that can make everything else work. And I know a lot of you are already on that journey of personal growth. And I was before I did that work. But what I discovered is that the work that I mentioned in that book is something that is packaged in a way that you can do it every day without going to your notes and read and remember. So, and it's a lot of this in personal growth. It's rarely something you've never heard of, right? It's about things that are common sense, but that we don't do. So how do you become that thing? It's because working on your mindset without working with the rest, your body, your energy, this is where the lack is. The bridge needs to be built. It's between the mind and the body, because the body is the only place you want to be. The body is a place of your emotions. So talking about emotions, whether you are building a business, growing a business, expanding a business, growing a family, whatever you're doing in your life, it will activate emotions. And we haven't learned how to use our emotions, right? So that's why most of the time clients come to see me for social media stuff, but we end up working on emotions. Because unless you feel and express your emotions, there is no room for more, right? And this is the beauty of being visible. When you are visible and become visible to yourself, that means that you're fully expressed. That means that you recognize, you are aware of your emotions, you don't judge them, you feel them for how long you need to feel them without judging them. And that's a concept, a behavior that most people don't do. There's tons of burnout. There's resentment, frustration, and you feel stuck most of the time. And that's part of the book, right? Most of the time, if we were taught that at school, but we're taught the contrary. Shh, don't talk too loud. Why are you crying? You're mad? What is it? And the concept of those anger and crying, like, oh, it seems that's bad, right? So when you learn how to use your emotions on a daily basis, this is where it's going to start to ripple effect on your business and how you show up online and you show up in your sales calls and all the things. So I myself work on this. I've been working on this for 5 years, right? And I see the impact on me. Look, published 2 books, went on to TEDx, which was my dreams, did a retreat. Like, I'm accessing one dream at a time, but back to back to back to back. And this is not because it's part of a plan. It's part of who I be. And that's why I say it's not just a mindset thing, it's a body thing. And that's where, when you bring back the body to the mind, this is where everything changes. That's where we deepen the work. So I wanted to bring that up because this is going to be part of the talking points when I do the tour with the book, starting here in Fredericton or Mokto. Then I'll go to Moncton and I'll go to St. John and I'll go to, my dream is to go to France, like whoever is going to be, inviting me to talk about the book and deepen the work. I'll go. I'll make it sure that I can go. Like, that's going to be so fun. Also, I wanted to share with you some excitement because it's the last day before the last day that we're together to celebrate the book every morning. I need to share my Facebook, Angelique. Every morning you hear me say the same thing, but that's okay. 30 days of this, where Facebook is putting me on friends only. I want to be public. I want that book to be in so many hands. Let's see, public. Here we go, done, save. The other thing that I want to tell you is that yesterday I received, the book there is an article wrote in 3 newspapers. I'll be publishing them. So it's starting to go beyond even my own, circle of influence. So I will post that 3 articles about the book. And I'm writing one right now for another magazine that is a local magazine. I was talking to you about, where do you see in that book that it's about feminism? So my company is really in the movement of women empowerment. That's been very clear since the very beginning. I cannot stand anymore to hear having a conversation with a woman anywhere, even at the grocery store, and suddenly I hear she doesn't even give it a chance to that beautiful idea or her dream, right? She stopped there because there are so many reasons that she can stop there. We all have all the reason of the world to stop, right? Whether because of health, because of money, because of timing, because of geolocation, because of war, because of all the things, right? And this is really my role here. I want you to see that you're capable to go beyond those limitations. And so that's what makes Social Media Love be part of the woman empowerment movement. Now, someone came to me and said, well, I think your book is feminist. And I'm like, oh, that's so interesting, because whatever feminist means to you, and in history, there are so many, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movement that had different shape and forms and still does. So that's why it's still open. If you have some, insights around when you read the book, what makes it a feminist book? I'm very open to hear what you have to say about this, because I'm writing right now an article for that magazine, and they want me to explore the feminism aspect of the book. So that's why I've been reaching out to some of you online, privately. What in the book makes it feminist? Okay, and some people is like, I don't put any label on things, or, oh yes, it's so feminist. So I love it. There's a diversity of feedback. So reach out to me, send me a DM, or put it in the comments. I just want to hear from you. And what I'll do is I'll take your insights and put it in the article. I won't name you if you don't want to be named. But if you want to be named, I will add you as a quote, because I believe in the power of co-creation together. So what else do I want to tell you before? So tomorrow, it's our last day. We already have 2 guests. So if you want to be there with us, we can be up to 15 people, right? So tomorrow is the last day of our life, to celebrate the birth of the book. And I'm going to close today with a little read. I like to read it. And remember, if you don't have the book yet, I'm going to put the links below. Leave a review on Amazon, because and if you leave your name, I can name you, so that it gives you visibility as well when I share those testimonials. Visibility, visibility. So are you visible this week? I want to hear from you. Are you visible this week? Did you say something, do something that was a little nerve-wracking? Did you do something different you've never done? Did you reach out to someone you secretly wanted to reach out, but you did it this week? You reached out. I want to hear from you. Are you visible? This one I read already. I don't want to read the same. This one maybe I read it all. I don't think I read all the pages with you. Okay. This one I read. Maybe I read them all. Oh, hello, Norche. Norche, you're going to have the price of attendance. Good morning. Oh, okay, you're answering my question. I love it. Launch my bootcamp. Yes, I am in. All new. And also reach out to someone I wanted to connect with. Norche, you are such an action taker. Like if you don't know Norche yet, follow her. Norche is the example of an action taker. Like since we started to work in different workshop and everything together, Norche, I have seen you taking action, one by one and moving. Like this is just beautiful. And I can't wait to talk to you more about how does it feel, to become more visible. How does that feel? So at 20 years old, my deepest secret was that I was still a virgin. Only my cousin knew about it, and it felt like a huge deal. I remember hearing my friends share about their adventures having sex with partners on the train, in bathrooms, and in other risky places. In those moments, I could hear a shaming voice within me. What's wrong with you? Nobody has even kissed you yet. You're really late in the game. It's probably too late. And what a shame that when it happens, it will be so obvious it's your first time. Nobody desires you, girls. That's it. So, why do I share that story? Right? Nobody needs to know about those things, but I felt that I wanted to share it because whatever setbacks you had in your personal life and the way you behave in one aspect of your life, chances are that you behave the same way in business, for example, or in every aspect of your life. And so for me, this example is I have exactly the same patterns. I used to have exactly the same patterns of reactions in business. When someone would say, no, I don't want to work with you, I would go down through the same rabbit hole. And this is where you see, like, whether it's in a relationship, like I explain in the book, or in business, it has nothing to do with the relationship or the business. Those are wounds. And one of the most common wounds that we all have is the fear of rejection, of being abandoned, of being judged. And business is amazing at this, right? When you start showing up online, nobody's watching. When you start selling your stuff, nobody's buying. When you start, speaking on stage, people are leaving the room. You're making it mean something about you, right? All those things, all those wounds if you're not aware of them, and I mean, if you're not visible in any aspect of your life and you just live your life like uh, sleepy, without noticing anything, then this is when you don't realize those things. But then when you start to be visible and take action to put in place what you really want to put in place in your life, this is when those things shows up and you're like, fuck, where is that coming from? And at first you think that you're not good enough, that you don't have the skills, that you should have the PhD that would change everything. So you take another course, another course, another course. Then you buy everything on the planet. That's what I did. And then at the end, it's the same. And you're like, well, what is that? Right? And then that's how I started to do the deep work, because I had everything, I took everything I could take at my level, at my stage of life, around business, around skills, around, competencies and stuff like that. And it was still the same results. And this is where I knew deep inside of me that there was something bigger waiting for me. That was to look inside of me. And then at first I thought I was a problem, that I was broken, that I was something was wrong with me, until I realized what a human is about. And then this is where everything started to change. So if you're like knocking your head right now on the wall after trying so many things and it's still the same, whether it's in your business or in other aspects of your life, chances are that whatever is happening in one aspect of your life has an impact on the other aspect of your life, including your business. So for me, a big thing was to express myself, to have a comfortable conversation, to be fully expressed. That parts of my life that really got debunked big time, to the point that it sent me to ER. Like really, I had to change. My being had to change. It was massive, massive leap of faith, massive fears that had to become that person who asks for what she wants, who says what she's not tolerating anymore, and maybe look at this today. What are you tolerating? What are the uncomfortable conversations that have you been avoiding for years or months or days? Chances are that those things are your blocks, and they're not really blocks. They're really things that, this is where you do the deeper work and then you unlock those things. But so for me, that was one of the reasons I wrote the book, because I really want to share with so many women entrepreneurs that there is probably nothing wrong with their business, whether they're stuck at a plateau, maybe they are generating massive revenues, but they still feel unfulfilled and it feels heavy. I meet all types of women entrepreneurs, the beginners, the big money makers, and actually it's interesting because if I look at all the people who reach out to me about the book, it reflects that diversity. Though the book speaks to all of you, where no matter the difference level of revenue in your business. So that kind of validate and confirm that it's more than just about the business, how to make money, how to sell, and everything. It's about who you be. It's about who you are becoming, and stopping to think that business is separate from life, because the common denominator is you, right? So I want to tell you this, that your visibility will develop at the pace of your inner visibility. That's the message of the book. And to deepen that work, this is what you do when you work with me. We learn how to become visible to yourself so that you can really unleash, and unleash who you are really inside of you when you go remove layers after layers after layers and you reconnect again with your voice. Norche, you have a message here. With your help, I was able to shift my mindset. I am staying close to my mission of helping as many dogs and people as possible from a place of joy and gratitude. Oh, I love this. And you're doing it so well. You're really a dog, like your love of dogs, especially with the dog you had. I think you were caring for a dog for a few weeks. Sarah? No, Sasha? I don't remember the name of the dog, but it was so cute. Yes, I cannot wait to go through your videos, Norche, and learn stuff from my dog, Liam. So if you don't know, I have a dog called Liam. Is very unhappy right now because we have a heat wave. You see, I'm dripping everywhere. And that dog has fur for, I don't know, 100 other dogs who don't have fur. He's a Malamute. He's very, very warm right now. And he's really like, it's so funny to see him not acclimate. Do you have a do you have a course on this? Norche, I want to shave him and remove all the fur. Like he's like boiling. He's like even not moving. He's like drinking water, going back and completely like yeah. So Malamutes and heat are something. Oh, Liam. Yeah, I thought of this. I never got one for my son, and I'm like, I'm gonna get one for my dog. Yeah, like the blue or the yellow little pools. Yeah, I wonder if he would go in it because when I tried to make him walk, but he wouldn't walk yesterday. He goes in the river, the streams. He loves the water. So yeah, I could try that. A kiddo pool and water and ice. Yeah, yeah. I might try it. It might be fun. I might go with him as well in it because levity is another aspect of what changed in my life, or not changed but went back. I was always funny, and you know what I realized, that another proof that I'm becoming that person that is light and use levity as a way to leverage her emotional states. I was on the TEDx stage and I cannot wait to see the video that's gonna go up on YouTube because what's something I didn't expect about my TEDx is that people were laughing in the room. And apparently my TEDx is funny. And I didn't know. And even with Sheila, who is my partner in, we were rehearsing every day our TEDx talk. And then she also wrote a book. So if you want to check, there is an interview with her, Sheila Eggert. And then, so we repeated our speeches, maybe, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 times together. And she, after my speech on the TEDx stage, she says, I never laughed like that when I was listening to you. We were like so serious about our TEDx. So I cannot wait to hear the video and see where was the where people were laughing. I think I remember kind of which part of the speech were maybe more funny. But yeah, so levity is a big thing. What are you saying? I see, Norche, I'm going to bring your question even better. Yes, join him. Yeah, if I do it, I'll take pictures. When can we see your TED Talk? It's going to be, we don't have dates, but probably August. Like it's in the process. It's a long process of validation. You have to be approved to be on YouTube. So I'm not even approved yet. Like I don't know where I am in the process. So I know it's in process. So, but it should be hopefully available in August. So we'll see. And if it's earlier, I'll tell you. Don't worry. I'm already thinking of where am I gonna watch it. Maybe I should do a party where we watch it together. and I'm gonna scream, so yeah, I'll let you know. So I'm gonna have to go. um I thank you for being here, Norche and the replayers. And tomorrow we have a few people coming on. So if you want to come on, we can be up to 15. It's going to be our last hoorah day before we move on to the next phase of that book. Because again, that book is an appetizer. And my mission as a woman who wants to amplify women's voice from within and online, one post, one belief, one video at a time, I'm going to be inviting you to join me this summer in a way that's going to be so fun, but so game changing. And yeah, so I'll give you more information about how we're going to do this. And I'm marinating something. I'm always, I walk the talk. I really connect with how do I want to do this to communicate and invite you to deepen the work with me. So it's coming out of me right now, and I'll tell you more in the next few weeks. In the meantime, if you want to join me tomorrow, we're going to be online, all of us. So you'll jump tomorrow with me, and then we'll have conversation about the book and how, it kind of activated something in you that you want to deepen. Okay. Yes, a watch party. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll do that actually about the TEDx. So have a great day. Go after your dream and take actions to be visible, whether it's towards yourself or your audience. Like, it's never about doing the same thing all the time because nothing changes, right? So what can you do today that you've never done before, whether it's a DM, whether it's a post, whether it's a live, whether it's anything, a reach out of some kind that could let people know that you exist, that you have amazing solutions to big problems, right? And go for it. And then if you don't know how to do that, start by reading the book. Okay? Ciao, ciao. Thank you so much.